What is going on, everyone? I hope you are all having a fantastic day. So I talk a lot on this channel about passive long-term investing, and as a result, many of you have asked about the best automated investing platforms that are commonly referred to as robo-advisors. And essentially, these platforms allow you to put your money into a catered, diversified portfolio and will automatically invest that money for you so that you don't have to worry about it at all. So since a lot of you have asked about these various robo-advisor platforms that are currently on the market, today I thought we would directly compare the three most popular options, which brings us to today's versus video between Acorns, Wealthfront, and Betterment. So if you want to see how these three platforms compare to each other so that you can ensure that you are using the best automated investing platform for you and your financial goals, then be sure to stick around. All right, let's jump right into it. So full transparency here, I have used all three of the platforms that we're going to talk about today. However, I have done full reviews on just Wealthfront and Acorns, and I personally use Wealthfront for about 90% of my own investments. And I say that not to tee this video up for being biased, because I promise I am staying as unbiased as possible, but I always just want to be as honest as I can with all of you to make sure that we're all on the same page. But I assure you I have tons of experience with all three of these platforms, so let's compare their features to each other so that you know which one is the best option for you. So first, let's start with Acorns, because they were really one of the first popular automated investing platforms to really blow up, especially with a younger audience. What really put Acorns on the map was what they call their automated Roundup investing feature. Now, since then, we have seen this similar model from other investing platforms and even some banks that will automatically round up your purchases to the nearest whole dollar and save that money for you. But essentially, the automated Roundup investing feature is going to do the exact same thing and will round up those purchases to the nearest whole dollar and invest that money in a catered portfolio for you. Now, in order to access that tool, you will obviously have to have the Acorns debit card, which is part of their Acorns spend account, or link another external debit card as well. But it is really great, and it can be an awesome way to make sure that you are automatically setting money aside towards your investments. Now, that said, you're probably not going to achieve incredible financial freedom by rounding up 10 cents here and 20 cents there, but that's not the only way to invest on this platform. Obviously, you can also make regular deposits into your investment portfolio, and you can also set up automatic transfers that will invest a certain amount of money every 2 weeks or once a month or however often you want to invest. And that kind of consistent contribution to your investment portfolio, regardless of what platform you decide to use, is definitely going to be the key to long-term financial success. Now, as far as where your money is actually going to be invested, Acorns keeps it pretty simple, and basically you're going to choose from one of 5 different portfolios that range from conservative and go all the way up to aggressive. So the conservative portfolio is largely invested in short-term government bonds and corporate bonds, and over the past 3 years, it has averaged a return annually of 2.26%, which doesn't really even keep up with inflation. So I wouldn't personally recommend that portfolio. From there, you have moderately conservative, moderate, moderately aggressive, and the most risky portfolio, which is the aggressive portfolio. Now, in my experience, even though this is the most aggressive portfolio that they offer, it is not that risky in my opinion, and it's not like they are trading call options on GameStop or anything like that. But take a look at the level of risk that you are willing to accept and check out the portfolios that they offer on their website, and then you can decide which option might be the best one for you. Acorns currently has 3 different account options that have a flat monthly fee, starting with Acorns Lite, which is $1 per month and gives you the basic investing account that we just talked about, the personal account, which is $3 per month and adds the checking account option and retirement account options as well, and the family account, which is $5 per month and tax on custodial account options that you can open up through Acorns, and the Acorns Early feature that's basically going to be a custodial account for your children. Now, you may have heard this from me or other channels before, but if you are going to use the Acorns platform, I highly encourage that you are at least investing a few $1,000s with them, because otherwise even a $1 monthly fee is going to be the equivalent of a very high percentage of your overall investment. For example, if you invest just $100 on this platform, well, that means that even a $1 monthly fee is the equivalent of 12% per year, which is way more than you'll probably ever get from this portfolio. So, long story short, the more you invest, the smaller percentage your management fee is going to be of your total investment. I know that can be really confusing, so definitely check out my full review on the Acorns platform, where I talk about this a lot more in depth. Moving on from there, we have what I use for my personal investments, and that would be the Wealthfront investing platform. Wealthfront works in a very similar way in that you pick from several different portfolio options, and they're going to automatically invest your money for you in that portfolio that you select. But there are a few key differences. First of all, when you open up your account, you're not going to randomly pick from the different portfolios. They're actually going to have you take a short survey that is going to assign you what they call a risk score. And basically, the portfolio that they recommend to you is going to be based on that risk score. And this score can go as low as 0.5 and go all the way up to 10. And the way that your money is going to be invested is going to depend drastically on that risk score. Now, obviously, whatever portfolio they recommend to you, you're still able to pick whatever one you personally want, but it does give you a good idea of which one might be the best option for you. Wealthfront also lets you set up automatic recurring deposits in the same way that Acorns does, or you can just make one large one-time contribution, and they currently offer traditional IRAs, Roth IRAs, SEP IRAs, 401k rollovers, 529 college savings plans, as well as your standard individual investment account, joint accounts, and trust accounts as well. Now, in general, when it comes to these automated investing platforms, I typically have a lot of you asking, why not just go and buy ETFs or index funds yourself? And that is a great question, because you absolutely could do that and you would have a much lower management fee. However, a platform like Wealthfront is, number one, going to do all of that for you and make sure that you are perfectly diversified. They're also going to use advanced strategies like tax loss harvesting and portfolio rebalancing to make sure that you are profiting as much as possible and, more importantly, keeping those profits. And they are going to diversify you in a way that would be incredibly difficult to replicate yourself. Yes, you could go and buy a few hand-picked index funds or ETFs like VOO, which is an S&P 500 ETF, and you would be diversified, but all of your assets would still be in the S&P 500, which is all US stocks. And that means that you're missing out on a ton of other financial markets, including real estate, bonds, not to mention international markets, emerging markets, and high dividend markets as well. Now, Wealthfront currently charges a flat management fee of 0.25%, which is higher than most index funds or ETFs, but again, you're getting all of those great advantages, and you can get your first $5,000 of investments managed for free, which is pretty cool. So if you do see value in this platform and you want to claim that offer, then there is a link for that down in the description below. But now let's move on to the third platform that many of you have asked about in the comment section, and that would be Betterment. So Betterment is going to work in the same way as the other platforms in the sense that this is going to automatically be investing your money in a catered portfolio. And again, you're going to have several different investing options, including IRAs, 401k rollovers, personal and joint accounts, including educational options and trusts as well. So as far as the overall features are concerned, it's almost identical to what Wealthfront offers, but if you would like me to do an entire review video on the Betterment platform, then let me know down in the comment section below. But the place that Betterment really differs from Wealthfront is the different tiers that they offer on their various accounts and the fees that they charge per tier. So for starters, they're going to have their digital option, which is the basic investing plan that is going to automatically invest your money for you with their computer portfolio, and that has a management fee of 0.25%, which is identical to Wealthfront. So on that basic package, everything is pretty much exactly the same. However, they also have a premium account option that is going to give you the option to call up a real financial advisor and get financial advice from that individual. Now, the premium account option has a minimum investment balance of $100,000, and the investment fee is raised from 0.25% all the way up to 0.4%. Now, that is definitely a huge bummer in my opinion, but the good news is that they do offer one-time advice packages where you can just call up a certified financial planner, and those packages start as low as $200. So if you did just want to call up a CFP one time to make sure that you are on the right track, then at least that is an option, even if you don't have $100,000 invested with Betterment. Now, the other popular feature with Betterment is their goals feature, which allows you to set particular investing or savings goals, such as buying a house or maybe saving for your next vacation or saving up a college fund for your child, and they're going to make sure that you are staying on track and reaching those goals as quickly and efficiently as possible, and will automatically rebalance your portfolio as you get closer to reaching them. And just like Acorns and Wealthfront, they also have a banking option that is definitely worth checking out and considering if you do plan on using their investing account as well. The last area that Betterment is a little bit different is in the sign-up bonus that they currently offer. Basically, depending on how much you deposit, they will waive the management fee for a certain period of time. So if you deposit between $15,000 and $100,000, they will waive that fee for the first month, and this goes all the way up to a deposit of $250,000 or more, well, they will waive that management fee for the first year. Now, that's great and all, and if you have a ton of money to invest, then that would be awesome to get the entire management fee waived for the first full year. But I think we can all agree that your average everyday investor who is just getting started may only have a few $1,000s, and that means that the current referral offer from Wealthfront is actually going to be a much better option because you're going to be allowed to get your first $5,000 of investments managed for free for as long as you have that account. And if you're just getting started with investing and you just have a few $1,000s to invest, then that is mathematically the best option for sure. Okay, so that was a really quick breakdown of these three platforms, but between Acorns, Wealthfront, and Betterment, which one is the best option for you? Well, as always, everyone has different financial needs, so you're gonna have to make that decision for yourself, but here is my take on it. Having used all three of these platforms, I personally think that Wealthfront and Betterment are just in a separate league of themselves, and they take the automated investing idea to a whole new level. So because of that, I would kind of remove Acorns from the conversation. Unless, of course, you are just getting started with investing, but even in that case, the management fee that Acorns charges would be a super high percentage of your overall investment, especially if you just have a few $100s to invest. So in my opinion, it's really between Wealthfront or Betterment. Now, across the board, these two platforms are nearly identical, and while there are a few key differences that you'll want to keep in mind, either one would be a fantastic option for you. So for me, it really comes down to the bonus that new members are able to get, and the premium level services and the fees that come along with those higher end offers. With Betterment, their premium level service requires a minimum balance of $100,000, and that management fee goes up to 0.4%. Now, Wealthfront is similar in that you are able to unlock some higher level features such as stock level tax loss harvesting and risk parity once you have $100,000 or more invested, and even their really advanced tool called Smart Beta when you have $500,000 or more invested. But regardless of your account balance, your management fee is always going to be 0.25% across the board, and it's not going to be raised just to unlock those higher end features. And as I mentioned earlier, the $5,000 of investments managed for free that you get with Wealthfront as a new member is probably going to benefit you a lot more than having your investment fee waived for a short period of time, which is what you get with Betterment, because you have to invest at least $15,000 just to get that fee waived for 1 month, which in the grand scheme of things is really not that big of a deal. So like I said, either Wealthfront or Betterment or even Acorns would be a fantastic option, but I do feel that Betterment and Wealthfront take it to the next level, so I would definitely choose between those two platforms. Either one is a great choice, but personally for me, I will be sticking with Wealthfront for the reasons that I just talked about, and I really like their banking features as well, and think that their platform as a whole is a lot easier to understand and learn. So let me know if you prefer Acorns, Wealthfront, or Betterment down in the comment section below, and why you feel that platform is better than the competition, and why it might be the best automated investing platform on the market. As always, if you did get value out of this content, it would mean a lot to me if you would hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who you think would get value out of this content as well. And as always, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.